The perfect blend of the post-race high and the pre-race jitters only occurs on the break between the races of a doubleheader Saturday night here on the Virtual Grip Network. Streaming cyberspace into your place from Oxford's Plains Speedway is indeed the Virtual Grip Network's fourth round coverage of the Bootleg Racing League's Late Model Invitational Series, Season 30. Tonight's broadcast will tell three different stories about three different drivers. The first tale addresses life's inevitable struggle and the ultimate futility of resisting nature's forces. His early season success cruelly gave veteran Lowell Jewell hopes he could deny reality. But like the blue marlin that dragged Hemingway's Santiago too far away from shore, it's the case of the boss man and the sea, for like that big fish, Jewell's hopes have been devoured by sharks. Yes, Jewell's story is about greatness denied, but our second story is about greatness delayed. Like Bernard Malamud's character Roy Hobbs, James Lowe spent considerable time away from the sport he loves. When Hobbs came back to baseball, he found success. Likewise, Lowe's return to this series finds him on a two-race win streak, sitting second in the points behind the protagonist of story number 3. Yes, success can be denied, delayed, or awarded too early. The latter is the fear many have for points leader Brendan Myers. Like Dexy's Midnight Runners and Right Said Fred before him, Myers is poised to be just another one-hit wonder, a footnote in BRL history. How long will fans be forced to suffer the pungent aroma that is the beached and rotting carcass of Lowell Jewell's career? Will James Lowe round the bases beneath the shower of sparks raining from the light towers? And will Eileen be convinced to take off that red dress only to find Brendan Myers is indeed too sexy for his shirt? To find out, pull the lever on the Lazy Boy and settle in for the simulated short track racing action that is about to stream your way. From the Switzerland of America, we offer a warm hello and welcome on this Saturday night, April 12, 2025. Jeremy Scott joins yours truly, Bill Soupson, high up in the VGN broadcast booth to bring you our Words Eye View replay. Ryan Seneker, turning the knobs and pushing the sliders. All right, Jeremy, Oxford Plains is the choice destination for many undocumented immigrants seeking sanctuary because this place has very few walls. But more importantly, do the drivers like to come here?
Well, I've got to say this. The drivers at the end of this race are going to be dead or alive and singing You Spin Me Right Round, because 100 laps around here is going to be like a dishwasher. See what I did there? I added on to your 80s music and one-hit wonders list there. But nonetheless, it's a 0.35 mile circuit, over 0.3 of a mile. I can count, ladies and gentlemen. I've got 10 fingers and toes. Oh, I lost those in the industrial accident. This track is very tight. We saw in the modified race, passing was at a premium. Will it be the same in the late models? Well, they've got more fenders, so you're going to see people doing some two-stepping to put someone outside and move them out of the way. However, in this league, it's more clean, but also keep in mind the walls are a little bit further out. If you go off to hit the wall on the front stretch, you're going to be hitting dirt. If you go off and hit the wall in the turns, well, you're going to be going very far because there are no walls here in turns 1 and 2 or 3 and 4.
Indeed, it should be a good one. Let's go ahead and take a quick look at the points with John Heim making his season debut at 5 flags. The number of drivers who've raced at least once this season climbs to 29, with a Sweet 16 boasting perfect attendance for the season. In 40 career late model starts, Brendan Myers is still winless. On the flip side, with 14 career wins, 2 coming in his last 2 races, James Lowe leads all active drivers in that category. Just 13 behind Lowe on the career wins list is Trey Bloom. The Caveman has posted a pair of 6 and a second this season. We are confident that the pre-race show has met the quota on Lowell Jewell analysis, so we'll just move on. For Kurt Smith, this season has produced a pair of snowmen and a 5th. Todd Liston led 72 laps last time out on the way to his season best 4th. A 5th at Hickory was Double Deuce Bruce Pearson's best result. Get this, at 50%, Mike Holloway has the best top 5 percentage of any active driver with 4 or more Oxford starts. Yeah, that's a good one. Former champ John Wilson is hunting his first top 5. And even missing a race could not knock off my former boothmate Ricky Harden from the overlay. All right. We got through it. All the business is out of the way. We are glad that you are here with us tonight for round number 4. This one, and then 7 more to go before we crown yet another champion. All right, let's go ahead and give you the grid. Remember that this grid is set based on the previous race's inverted top 13. So with that said, we're going to find number 25, Tom Hilbert, starting on pole. He's going to have the man who knows how to finish in the top 5 at this place, Mike Holloway, flanking him.
Brother Steve Hilbert rolls off third alongside Kurt Smith. He had an okay race earlier. Can he convert this 4th place into something just a little bit better, Soup?
The Canadian Goose will nest up in 5th. Of course, that's John Wilson with Todd Liston outside of him.
Trey Bloom finished 2nd earlier tonight in the modifieds. He'll have the 3rd place driver, James Lowe, flanking him in row 4.
Racing in the number 13 Fistful of Water Special, it is Bobby Hayes. And then the boss man, Lowell Jewell, starting in 10th.
Earlier winner, Bruce Pearson, double deuce, rolls off 11th alongside Adam Shane. Look at him coming back in Hurricane Racing.
Sporting the Soup Clipboard Army paint scheme on his number 36 is Jeffrey Harden. He'll be starting the Baker Sutton spot. The quiet man, Ruben Ortiz, outside of him. Thanks, Jeffrey.
Well, row 8 is Daryl Weininger alongside Ed Springer.
And the Lipper will be back in 17th. Glad you were with us. 17 cars take the grid. They got to finish on the same tires that they start with. We're going 100 laps. There are no fast repairs, and there is one only green white check. With that said, let me turn it over to my booth partner to call the race.
And of course, Tom Hilbert will have the control car once the pace car comes off. It'll be Hilbert and Smith on the front row as the pace car peels off left into that awkward pit lane. We're green as we start 100 laps here at Oxford Plains, and the front row gets off to an early start. But look at Steve Hilbert. He wants to be behind his brother and try and get 2nd place, but not going to happen as Smith shuts the front door on him through 3 and 4.
So sandwiched between the Hilberts is indeed Kurt Smith. It is little brother Tom in 1st, older brother Steve in 3rd. Working the outside is Todd Liston. Let's see if he can make the outside line work. Making a work around a Hilbert is one thing. Making a working around a Smith is another thing.
Well, and of course, I'm also seeing a lot of dancing there on the outside, so a lot of drivers trying to get down lower. On board with Wilson, he's in the 5th spot. And of course, Liston on the outside trying to get that 3rd spot back away from Hilbert. And here's this interesting, Soup. He ran so far the fastest lap of the race on the high line.
Well, he might be able to be fast, but the question is how long can he be fast? We have a caution, and it involves Lowell Jewell and the 79 of Adam Shane.
That's rough as Jewell goes right into the pits. Let's see if we can get a I saw a pace car trying to basically do the Robbie Gordon jumps, but decided not to. Get a replay of that here shortly, see what happens as we watch the battle for position. Shane just goes deep on the inside of Jewell and turns him right there on the front straightaway.
And then for good measure, Ed Springer and Mike Holloway get into the boss man. That's going to be tough, not only for the number 2, but for the number 16 and the 88 as well. I'd be surprised if any of those 3 cars are going to be able to get back out on track. Ouch! That one hurts Holloway.
Yeah, so Holloway also involved in this incident, as it looks like he is also in the pits. And see what we can dial up real quick. We're still single file, Soup.
Well, let's call up Tom Hilbert in the 25 and talk to him while he's out in front. Tom, it's Soup up in the booth. You got a copy?
Yeah, I got you, Soup.
All right, you're out in front, and here's even better news. You got your big brother right behind you starting inside of row 2. How's that make you feel?
That worries me, man.
I was going to say, well, what are you expecting here between you and your brother on this restart? We've seen the past couple of races, you guys have raced each other harder than you raced everybody else.
Yeah, he's my... there's nobody I'd rather beat, and there's nobody I'd rather see do well.
All right, Tom, it's not my job to give advice, but I'm saying throw tire equity out to the wind. Just burn it up, baby. Stay out in front as long as you can. I'd rather see you lead 20 laps and finish dead last than to just run in mid-pack. Go get him, baby.
Thank you, guys.
Well, Hilbert trying to channel his inner Buckeye. They're known for their offense and their defense. Going to try and see if he can get a better defense here. I may be wrong. I don't know Big Ten football. I'm an SEC guy. Green flag's back out. Tom Hilbert with the early jump. Of course, that is his right because he is a control car. And look at this battle for second place between Todd Liston and Kurt Smith. Liston finally getting that inside line. Steve Hilbert falling all the way back to 6th, and we're back to caution.
Yeah, and I misspoke. I said that Tom Hilbert was going to be have his big brother behind him. That wasn't the case. Indeed, Steve started on the outside. You know, you talked about Tom being a Buckeye. What he likes to do on his helmet, you know, every time he does well in, oh my goodness. Oh, that was the lipper involved in that one.
Yeah, let's see if I can get another shot of that one. That looked a little wild. Okay, so go ahead.
Well, yeah, it happened even before the green came out, and then that is Adam Shane that comes out. I identified the blue and yellow machine. That's the 79 of Shane. After the crash, comes out on track.
That one's interesting in the Marty Robbins tribute paint scheme there. Another look. Let's see who's involved in that one. It looks like Bobby Hayes with a missed shift and nowhere to go. But
yeah, and then Pardon runs up on her. But the question is, if we can watch the 79 as he's down on pit lane and then he just comes back out on track. I don't know if the car was feeling good, but he comes right back on track, and my goodness, he just T-bones into Chris Hazlett.
Yeah, did a little bit of a jump like you see at a skate park. Of course, we're doubling up. This is a quickie yellow, which is a good thing. Hilbert and Smith on the front row. We'll see if Smith can make anything happen once again. Then you got Wilson and Liston in row 2, row 3, Lowe and Big Brother Hilbert alongside each other. Trey Bloom trying to capitalize. He really hasn't gained any, but hasn't lost any, so no net gain, no net loss. Nonetheless, here comes your pace car coming back off. Let's see if we can get a green flag lap in as we're back underway. Tom Hilbert with the jump there on the start. He's got about 2-3 car length gap between he and Smith, which is a good thing because Smith, he's got to deal with Liston here, as Liston trying to go to the inside once again, not going to make anything happen. But look at the 75. John Wilson's, we're back under yellow.
Be good. This one involves Adam Shane one more time. As boy, he's really picking up. He gets into the tail of Pearson, and well, good golly, Miss Molly. I don't know how to describe that one. Sorry, Bruce.
Shane's a one-man wrecking crew so far. Either that or they added an extra magnet to make weight in tech earlier today. Take a look at that. He just turns around on him. The nose is damaged on the 79. We'll see what Adam Shane can do here. Let's see if we can dial up real quick.
All right, I'm on a Hilbert kick. Let's go ahead and try the 52 of Big Brother Steve. Steve, it's Soup up here in the booth. You started in the inside of row 2. You've fallen back a little bit, but the good news is you're on an odd position. How's the car feeling?
It feels good. It's the car feels good. This track's just tough. You get stuck up on top, you're in trouble.
And I was going to say, does it feel like you get any relief with these quote-unquote straightaways?
There's not really much of a straightaway, so you just gotta get to the bottom as soon as you can and hope you get a place you can get in.
Well, little brother's on the inside, leading the inside row, so maybe he can pull all you guys up there and get some spots. Good luck to you.
Yep, that'd be good.
Well, looks like we're about ready to get back on the restart as we are doubling up near the front until Tom Hilbert and Kurt Smith, James Lowe, and Todd Liston in row 2. We have yet to run a green flag lap since that very first caution at speed. Let's see if we can make something happen here. Space car pulls off into the pits as we're back underway where Hilbert gets back on the gas. And, of course, this time Lowe really on the bumper of Smith through at least the straightaway. But nonetheless, we're seeing Liston try to go to the inside of Kurt Smith through 1 and 2.
little bit of strategy here. These caution flags are the best news for Tom Hilbert, obviously because he can't be passed under caution. But the less green flag laps that Hilbert needs to fend off drivers, the better for him. So right now he's out in front. I want to talk about a guy who's making a big move, Darrell Weinecker. He is up several positions, probably a lot of it from missing attrition, but up 5 spots is the number 15. He's in amongst it right now, though.
Yeah, he's in with some of the fast runners, which is fantastic. Didn't have too good of a race earlier tonight in the modifieds, but he's able to capitalize right now as we're watching this battle for, we'll call it 8th place on back, still side by side. And so one thing I'm noticing about this race more than the last race, the highlights actually coming in. We're 3 wide for position shortly.
They think better of that one. Now Trey Bloom tucks down in there. A little battle going on in the back there with Pearson, who just got pirouetted. He's doing really well. Oh, up front, we got a pass for the lead. Kurt Smith has waited long enough, and it's time to get to the inside of little baby brother Tom. And there goes Smith. There goes Liston. And let's go ahead and bring the number 99 of James Lowe in there as well. And the Canadian Goose, John Wilson. Room to tuck down in there now. You got it. You're clear, Tom.
Yeah, your brother's letting you in, and of course, once again, we'll see Smith just making that move that he needs to get up to the front. As Kurt Smith trying to hold off Todd Liston now for position, move Smith to the front as of lap 25.
Indeed, big brother Hilbert did everything he could for little brother to let him down there, but Tom, ever polite, did not want to force the issue. All right, go ahead.
No, go ahead.
All you little soldiers in Soup Clipboard Army, pay attention to car number 36. Director, let's get a good look at that paint scheme because it's beautiful. On the hood is an actual clipboard that says Soup's Clipboard Army. Now, I have to play it straight, but certainly we do appreciate that. Well done, as that is Jeffrey Harden. Give him the spot. Move him up into 6th.
Yeah, he's up to 6th, and of course, moving up will be Ruben Altice in the Smith & Wesson number 70. As some drivers attempting that high line. Some are lucky, some are not. But we're seeing a couple of variations of the racing line here in this race that we really didn't last race. As a single file for for the top 4. As Tom Hilbert trying to do all he can to get back in the good graces of everybody else. Trey Bloom, the next victim, I should say, of Hilbert. And it looks like up ahead, got a battle for position. Believe that is, that one's single file, but still watching Trey Bloom doing all he can to move up 1 spot.
Got it, indeed. Good racing now as we're getting in some green flag runs. Just to drill down a little bit on drivers who might be interested in putting a paint scheme out there, I am in the doghouse with my girlfriend Josie, so if you want to run a paint scheme that says, Josie, please forgive Soup, that would be very much appreciated. Right now, let's look at this. Let's look at the quiet man. This is Ruben Altice trying to get around the Soup's Clipboard Army machine there, the number 36, and he's got the caveman on his rear end.
Did you give her the wrong clipboard again, Soup?
Yes, well, we'll get it worked out, hopefully. Paint scheme will help. There's the Lipper putting in a nice run.
I was going to say, Chris Hazelup doing quite well, trying to go to the inside of Tom Hilbert, and he almost gets there, but he's got some company back there as well with Bruce Pearson as the double deuce goes to the inside of Hazelup and keeping him hung out to dry. So they make up for position that's for the 10th spot. So move Pearson for the time being up into the top 10.
Tom Hilbert led the first 22 laps. Kurt Smith has been out there for the last 12. As he comes around, let's make that 13. It's Smith, Liston, and Lowe right now.
So right now, single file. We know how hard this place is to pass because basically all you're doing is you're just turning left, left, left. There's no real relief. So we'll see how some of these drivers handle the end of the race as we see Wilson looking to the outside. We're on board with him as he tries to look around James Lowe to get up into that bottom step of the podium. Hey, look who's also back there in his mirrors. It's Steve Hilbert trying to do all he can to get inside the head of Wilson.
How about Steve Hilbert? Started in 3rd, racing in 5th right now. You can see on our little graphic that we put up there, our little baby tower. He's only down 2 positions.
Yeah, and if you're just joining us, look at that top tower. It's kind of nice. You get some more real estate to look at for the cars that are on the course right now. I should say the oval. Look at this battle as well between Jeffrey Harden and Ruben Altice. It's a battle for 6th place.
That's the 36 going around, straighten it out. Oh, no, he gets tagged by the blue and yellow machine. That was either Adam Shane or Chris Hazlip, not sure who. They both have similar colors. Careful there, Jeffrey. He gets it straightened out. Let's see who it is. That is Ruben Altice that gets into him. He turns Harden around and then coming. Oh, it's Adam Shane. One more incident for the 79.
Well, that's caution number 4. What do you say we dial up real quick?
Why don't you pick somebody? I've been in charge of this. Find somebody you'd like to talk to.
Let's talk to Kurt Smith, the driver of the number 6, your current. Oh, he's muted. All right. Let's talk to, let's go Todd Liston. Is he there? Is he muted? I'm going to take that as a no because he is up and joining us in the booth. Todd's Jeremy and Soup in the booth. All right, 2nd place. We saw you get a couple of looks on Kurt Smith. What do you got for him?
Well, now that I'm on the outside, I don't know if I got anything for him unless I can get back down. But we're going to do what we can do.
We've seen you on the outside before. You were holding your own. Does it burn up a lot of tires to race too wide?
So that is unsustainable.
Got it. All right, we'll get a good restart. We'll keep an eye on you, baby. You got James Lowe behind you. The 99 is going to be hungry. Tough. A tall order for you. Good luck.
Yes, sir. Thank you, guys.
And of course, we've had Soups, drivers who race in both series say that the tire wear a little bit better in the modified, so no surprise here that we're seeing that the outside line is cheese grater surfing up fresh, cheesy tires.
Indeed, it's been said that this track wears rubber like Catwoman. Right now, moving up on the outside is Todd Liston. Watch out for the 99 of James Lowe back there inside of row 2. John Wilson, poor guy, Canadian Goose, nestled up there outside of row 2.
I think Wilson has the best opportunity to get into the lead to be our 3rd leader of the race, but nonetheless, Kurt Smith sees his first restart as a leader this race. Pace car pulls in. Smith right into the restart zone. We're back underway, and Liston does what we thought he would and kind of let it in, but he's letting it in too much as here comes James Lowe in the number 99, side by side for 2nd. He's going to go to the inside of Smith, but not going to make anything happen. A little bit of rubbing.
No, the leader gets turned. Straighten it out, Kurt Smith. No, he gets into Liston. The yellow flag comes out. Liston comes down, gets into Bruce Pearson. The 15 is checked up on Darrell Weinecker. Oh, my goodness, it's an octopus falling out of a tree. You can't tell what's going on.
Well, caution's precaution. It seems that's the way tonight as Liston, as Lowe becomes your new leader. So what happened here?
Well, you all saw it. Do you really need commentators to talk about that one? And then they just pile in.
I'm going to put on my devil's advocate. I think Liston may have came down just a little bit too much, but yeah, it was that was a spin job right there.
Yeah, I guess you could, I want everyone to love me. I'm just not in the confrontational mood right now.
Hey, I'm just here to do my job. You know, love me or hate me, I'm here. I don't care.
I do. I'm not as I don't have as much self-confidence as you do. I'll let you pick somebody else. Bring somebody else to talk to in here.
Oh, let's talk to Bobby Hayes, sitting in 9th place in his fist full of water. Well, Bobby, a little bit better start than you had earlier tonight. How you feeling out there?
Pretty good.
And, of course, you had a little... What was the incident on the restart? Did you miss a shift, or was it just it wouldn't go?
I missed the shift completely.
Soup?
Tell us a little about your paint scheme. I'm not sure. Fistful of Water always makes me... It's kind of a cross between Perrier and Clint Eastwood. What's going on?
Yeah, there used to be another team called Fistful of Bourbon or something, so I parried it back on them. We had dirt, so...
Oh, well, I like it. It is a very pretty color. Good luck, man.
Thank you.
All right, we're doubling up, and yeah, I actually did drink to that. Whistle Pig is the bourbon of choice tonight. You're gonna like what I have in about a couple of weeks. I'm always a fan of drinking local. James Lowe, Steve Hilbert, your row 1 sitters right now. John Wilson, Todd Liston make up row 2, Trey Bloom and Adam Shane make up row 3. Pace cars in the pits, and James Lowe back on the loud pedal, so it's his first restart as the leader for now, as Steve Hilbert tucks in behind. But look at second place battle as John Wilson tucks into the inside to get that position ahead of Steve Hilbert.
I don't know if tuck was the word there. He really just moved Hilbert outside. I'm coming through and you're not coming in. Give a tip of the hat to Hilbert. He was able to avoid that incident that got the leaders up front. He's started in third, racing there right now. He's stuck on the outside. And how about Trey Bloom, the Montana cancer researcher, having a great run, and he has really been effective not only in this late model series, but in the SK Modifieds as well. The caveman is making himself known. He's discovered fire.
He has discovered fire, and he's working with it right now as he's up 4 positions. Biggest mover right now, Ruben Altice in 5th spot, up 9 positions. Look who's on the outside once again. It's Tom Hilbert. He did get dip into that 13th spot and make a pole run for it 2 weeks from now. But James Lowe already opening up a 0.3 of a second gap between he and Wilson, as Wilson and Bloom a little bit tight in battle. Bloom trying to do what he can to catch up to and get around Wilson. It's interesting, Soup, because this is the biggest lead we have seen all night long.
Well, he stepped away from sim racing for a while. We're talking about James Lowe. He is back. He won round 2. He won round 3. He now has a 5-car length lead over John Wilson. He is really, and not only it's growing. The 99 is just on rails right now. Wilson is struggling. Trey Bloom so much faster than the 75. It's the caveman against the Canadian Goose. Look at the momentum that the 32 gets off it to. Just nowhere to put it.
Going to be interesting to see what Trey Bloom does here when he does eventually get that close to Wilson. As we're on board with the number 32, he was your race winner in SK Modifieds earlier tonight, trying to go for the sweep. Soup. How many times have we seen drivers sweep the Saturday night features?
It does happen. They get to a track they feel comfortable in, and they'll go back to back.
Oh, Bloom got second. Okay, you know what? Our producer talking in our ear saying, Jeremy, this is why that you're sitting at home and not at a racetrack, because you can't get stuff right.
Well, you got to pass me. My memory is about as good as a goldfish, so I don't even remember calling that race with you. I can tell you this much. Trey Bloom to the outside, Trey Bloom to the inside. My dad used to call it working both sides of the street like a jaywalking mailman. To really be honest with you, mailman was not the occupation that he used, but because I enjoy my employment here on VGN. Now he looks to the inside one more time. He might need to maybe give a little bit of a suggestion for a racing line to the 75. Just a touch.
I mean, you know,
look at the drive he gets off of 2. Here he goes.
And he gives that suggestion as he plants it to the inside of Wilson. So far, so good for Trey Bloom, as now he gets the full length ahead. Move Trey Bloom to second. Now he has his sights set on James Lowe. It's a Lowe 1.6 seconds ahead. I think there's enough time, Soup, for Lowe to have to worry about Trey Bloom. We know that lately he's just been quick. I think that he's able to close it in, but we'll see. It's still early.
The question is, how much did he use up to get around Wilson right now? Wilson is sneaky. You know, you wouldn't think about it because Canadians are notorious for being polite, but Wilson knows that we are on lap 65. We are not really time to go racing yet. It's not what we like to call in the SK Modified Series, it's disco time. Let's go back to the 52. Former police chief of Plain City, Ohio. When he came into this series, oh my goodness, he was a moving chicane. He was like a yellow cone on wheels. Right now, Steve Hilbert having the race of his career, perhaps. Racing in 4th. Way to go. I can hear him cheering at the granary, the local watering hole in his town. Way to go, Chief.
Well, we'll see what happens here in the next couple laps, but yeah, the 52 trying to hold off Ruben Altice, who's and yeah, it's great that you're up in the top 5, but yeah, I need to make it double digits for my improvement of the day, as he's up 9 right now. In the top 5 still, and Adam Shane not too far away, sitting in 6th place. I've got to say, Trey Bloom trying to catch up to James Lowe, biggest lead of the race, really both races. 2.2 seconds separate our top 2, but we're seeing battles near the back as well. Trey Bloom in that 32. I think if we get a caution, I definitely want to talk to him, see what he's used up, because Bloom, he's got open air, but not enough space to do anything as of yet.
If you look what Bloom does, once he got around Wilson, he's left him behind. That's the good news. The bad news is he's sitting on an even number right now. I think a yellow flag maybe is not what he wants. He'd like to see maybe he can run down James Lowe on his own accord. You talked about drivers making their way through the field. Ruben Altice and Adam Shane. As we look there is the 52 of Steve Hilbert. Ruben Altice and Adam Shane, notorious for making their way through the field right now. Altice is trying every racing line he can find to get around the Chief. Look at the 70, so much faster than the 52. The 52 wider than a Julia Roberts smile right now.
I think Altice was asking the Chief, hey, is this how you did the pit maneuver during chases? As he tried to test the line going into turn number 3 a couple of laps ago. But both of those drivers able to get through. Take a look at this battle as well for 7th place between Bobby Hayes and Mike Holloway. Holloway's fallen off just a little bit, but he was involved in one of the earlier cautions. Yep. So to see him move up through the field, Soup, it's a good sign.
We talked about the history Holloway has put on here, one of the best drivers as far as getting top 5 performances. I want to take us back up to the Chief. He has run up on the back of the Canadian Goose. John Wilson, remember Wilson was in that battle with Trey Bloom. Bloom got around him for obvious reasons. I don't know if it was Bloom that was so much fast, is that maybe the 75 is slow. The opening is there. Now this is something you just don't see Steve Hilbert race so competitively right now. But the door is open. Go get him, Chief. Put on the siren. Make that pass. Move him up into 3rd.
Well, it's interesting to see Wilson just give the position up, just go up high. Altice has made his way up to 4th. Adam Shane, and we saw him try and go to the inside of Altice as well. So Shane now in the top 5. So Wilson, he's stuck up high trying to get down low, and he almost does. Almost ends up into the front of Hayes there for position. 23 laps to go, and this is the battle for the race right now between Hilbert, Altice, Shane, and Wilson.
So here's the deal. Wilson is much faster than he's showing you right now. Clearly, he has burned the rubber off the tires. That's something that can happen at any second. That's why you don't want to leave us. James Lowe out there with that giant lead, but who knows how long it will last. And then you talk about Adam Shane. Shane Racing started in 12th, racing in 5th. But honestly, he's used the 79 as a cow catcher, and I'm surprised that car can still race as fast as it does.
Well, Soup, it's not going to take very long for Lowe to catch up to lap traffic, whether it'll be Hazlip or Liston or Hilbert. That remains to be seen, but here's what I'm noticing. Lowe is running 2 to 3 tenths of a second faster than everybody else, so you got to wonder here. 9 laps from now, this is about the time we start to see the tires really fall off if you abuse them so much. Are we going to see that with James Lowe?
Give me a stationary shot of the leader as he goes by so you can really appreciate the gap that's going on. There's James Lowe. This is amazing. Here we go. They come around, watch the yellow car, and I'll sing you a little song. What a day this has been. What a rare mood I'm in. And there's Kurt Smith finally coming through there. I'm sorry, Trey Bloom in second. Jeez, the gap is enormous.
6 seconds is known as an eternity in, stock car racing. I would say at the short track, 3 seconds, not 5 seconds. 5 seconds is the gap between first and second.
This is a shellacking.
Wow. You'll always say, it's not over till the fat lady sings, but I say this, Soup, the fat lady's warming up, doing her scales, but again, anything can happen. 15 laps to go.
Oh my goodness, the fat lady could go out for a sandwich and come back and still have time to sing this one. James Lowe with a giant, almost 6-second lead. Go for it, James. Keep putting in the pace. Let's see how big this can be.
Well, it looks like that Wilson's fallen way off as Jeffrey Harden moving up in the Soups Clipboard Army number 36. So that's a battle for position right there. I've got to say, the battles are few and far between, but what they are, Soup, they're really good.
Nice battle we are looking at. That is Hayes ahead.
Yeah, he's doing a good job in that fistful of water. Number 13.
Thought he almost was going to get turned there by Holloway. Holloway all over him.
Hey, anything can happen. Shane also involved in this battle. That's a battle for the bottom part of the top 5 for 5th place. Shane, Hayes, and Holloway trying to do all they can to stay in this battle. Well, Holloway's going to look to the outside going into 3, but I don't think that you can really make that work by Holloway. He's up on that rear bumper. Hayes for 6th place.
Oh my goodness, careful boys. Holloway slows down, he's going to lose that spot as Pearson rolls around him.
And that was after a line suggestion, which is kind of interesting too. You don't want to do those too much, especially because these curbs, they'll grab you and they'll take hold of you through the couple corners.
Okay, we have to put the camera on car number 52, Steve Hilbert. He hasn't raced. He's got about 80 races for his career. This is clearly the best we've ever seen him do right now. He's pulling away from Ruben Altice. Hilbert comfortably in 3rd right now, praying, please let it stay green the rest of the way.
That's exactly what he wants because he doesn't... Well, here's the thing. Even if it does go yellow, he's still going to be in the same line as James Lowe, so... 6 and 1/2, half dozen in the other, but still a great showing from Steve Hilbert in 3rd place.
And I'm not sure if he isn't closing in on Trey Bloom.
They're running close to the same lap time, so it's possible.
5 laps to go. Of course, these tires can fall off in the blink of an eye, and when they fall off, they literally go off a cliff.
Yeah, they go off the cliff faster than the outside. They go on the outside here.
Look at our new ticker. Follow it along now as you have a lot of left to right vision there. Look at that. West Coast to East Coast. You can see the whole thing. Wait till it gets to our leader and it tells you the gap between James Lowe and Trey Bloom. It is amazing. It's impossible. It's stunning.
It's over a half a lap, Soup. And of course, you know, I just don't know what kind of dominance you can call this for James Lowe. Sometimes you're lucky, sometimes you're good, and I think Lowe's been both. We have a spinner.
Oh no, that's the worst thing that could happen to so many drivers. 9.4 seconds of lead for James Lowe to Trey Bloom, erased in the blink of a yellow eye. Steve Hilbert, who is comfortable in 3rd, will now have to fend off Ruben Altice for that podium position. Some drivers very sad, some drivers very happy as the cow catcher, Adam Shane, gets a little bit of retribution.
All right, so here's my question. Do we talk to Trey Bloom now or do we wait? Because Trey's going to be on the outside and he might have something left for Lowe.
Oh, from the outside would be tough. Let's not jinx him. Let's let him do it on his own. We won't talk to anybody here.
All right.
I would, Steve Hilbert, though, having a great run. Up 10 spots is Ruben Altice, but he's on the outside. How about Bobby Hayes? You know, he's sitting in 5th position inside of row 3. Bobby, don't get in the back of the Chief. Let the Chief bring this baby home. I'm supposed to play it straight, but I can speak for longtime viewers of BRL and the VGN. We'd love to see you at the podium.
Well, if the race were to end now, your provisional pole sitter for the next race in 2 weeks would be Adam Shane. So that's something to race for as well.
Well, it's hard to turn somebody when there's nobody in front of you.
I know. Yes, but Wilson and Liston both into the pits as well. We'll see what happens here. Hopefully we're close to a restart. Yep, we are indeed, Soup. All right, here's our green-white checker. Can we finish it? That's the question I want to know.
Trey Bloom stuck on the outside. Can he hang on for second? I'm telling you, Steve Hilbert has been faster than Bloom. Watch out for the 52 to make no room for the 32 to get down in there. This is going to be very, very, I have one more very in me, interesting. Go for it.
And of course, Lowe with a great restart. That gives Trey Bloom a chance to go down to the bottom. Battle for third heats up between Hilbert and Altice. We've seen them two in lockstep together most of the race. Field coming down for the white flag. It'll be 1 to go for James Lowe. Half-second gap already, but this battle for third's heating up. Altice with the nose up front at the line, but Hilbert, he moves him up, goes to choose your own line. Look who's coming from third. It's the 13 of Bobby Hayes. Hayes not going to get it. Your top three, they're going to go single file. This battle for fourth goes 3 wide at the line. It's going to be Hayes.
Trey Bloom in second, and he was able to hold him off. Steve Hilbert gets that podium. Oh my goodness. You want a reason to stick around during the commercial break? You got it. We're going to talk to the chief, Steve Hilbert. Well done. The racing is over. Our broadcast is not. We'll be back to run down the entire finishing order, talk to some of the guys up front before we put a lock on the gate. What are you watching? It's the Virtual Grip Network. Welcome back to Oxford Plains Speedway and the Virtual Grip Network's fourth round coverage of the Bootleg Racing League's Late Model Invitational Series Season 30. Well, tonight wasn't the cleanest of races, but it was indeed exciting, and it was dominated by the number 99 of James Lowe. But we'll talk to him in just a minute as we run down the entire finishing order right now, if Soup can remember how we do the post-race show. James Lowe gets the win. Trey Bloom comes in second. Steve Hilbert started in third, and that's where he finished. Well done, Chief. Bobby Hayes and Ruben Altice go fourth and fifth. The back half of your top 10. Mike Holloway, Double Deuce Bruce Pearson, Daryl Cheeson-Weinecker, Jeffrey Harden, and little brother Tom Hilbert.
Oh, it's ACT time around the country, and I admitted to my wife that I never did good on the reading comprehension portion of the program, so it's a wonder that I can do this without problems sometimes. Ed Springer finishes off 11th, John Wilson 12th, 13th Adam Shane. He will start on the pole in 2 weeks. Yes, 2 weeks. We'll talk about that here in just a little bit. Kurt Smith finishes 14th, 15th by Liston. Out of the race, Lowell Jewell and Chris Hazlett.
Reading Jeremy is fundamental. And with that said, let's go ahead and talk to the 99, who was fundamentally dominant tonight. My goodness, James, we were watching the gap grow. How big were you going to make it?
I was just kind of running my own pace there. Wasn't really running too hard either. I was just kind of going, counting down the laps. But yeah, I mean, I'll start off with saying apologize to Kurt Smith, first and foremost. Being in this VR, I could have swore I was up beside him, but after watching the replay, I clearly wasn't, and I just wiped him out there. And apologize to everybody else who got caught up in that. That wasn't my intention by no means. But yeah, just still trying to get used to the depth perception in these VR headsets.
There you go. It is a different experience. Fun though. Do you like it?
Yeah, it's been great. It's been nice. I used to have a bunch of stuff on the extra screen up there that I would pay too much attention to, so it's nice to go back to basics and just rely on what iRacing gives you.
All things being equal, do you think you're faster?
At some points I am. Some of that, like I said, I still can't quite figure out where the front right corner is on these things, so most of the time I wind up being too conservative and don't wind up getting anything done, but tonight I was too aggressive and cost Kurt and Todd and all those guys a good run, so apologize to them again, but yeah.
Well, I think when the racing gods tally the whole thing up, you're probably on the better end of that one. With all that said, congratulations on the dominant win. We'll see you down the road. 3 in a row, baby.
Appreciate it, guys.
The number 99, James Lowe, your point leader, is a little more of a points lead coming in to the next round. Who you got?
I've got Trey Bloom in the number 32. Trey, this seems like deja vu once again. Second place, so pair of seconds for Saturday night. Not bad. And Trey, I think you're on mute again.
I'll answer for Trey while he gets his mic off. He says, I had a good run. I tried to save my tires until the very end, and then when it was time to go, but then I just ran out of race. If I only had a few more laps, I probably could have got the win. You back there, Trey? Yeah, okay, I think that'll do it. I think we know what Trey was going to do. He's been usually fast at the end. A nice job for him. I'm going to go ahead and take our man who finished in third. Steve Hilbert, when you get a hole-in-one on the golf course, you got to buy drinks on the 19th in the clubhouse there. Don't go to the granary because they're going to make you buy drinks on the house, baby. Nice run for this podium. Your best finish ever.
Yeah, thanks. I appreciate it.
You were back there. You started in third. You fell back a little bit. Then you had the incident in front of you that cleared out a lot of the drivers, and you found yourself back up front again.
Yeah, it was. This track's it's all about track position and tires. And I think the cautions at the start helped save on the tire wear and just able to stay up front for a while and ended up with a good result.
Well, I'll tell you, the entire fan base was pulling for you, and then when that late caution came out, and all of a sudden you got a hold off the quiet man, Ruben Altice, and he's making you work on it. We were a little bit worried, but you were able on that second lap to get a little gap on him. Yeah,
Ruben's good. Man, I was worried about the same thing. I mean, my mirror was full of Reuben. But I think when I got around John Wilson, that made things a lot easier. I knew I was going to start on the inside if there was a caution, so that helped.
Yeah, and we honestly think you might have been even a little faster than Trey Bloom at the end. You started to run down second. Nevertheless, we were happy to get you a podium, get you on the post-race interview. Well done.
Thanks, I appreciate it.
We enjoyed it. Steve Hilbert, his first podium here on a broadcasted event. With that said, let me turn it over to my partner to take us home.
Well, we're going to take a week off for the Bunny Rabbit to do his thing and race around the circuit. Get some time trial laps. So we'll be back at Stafford Motor Speedway in 2 weeks. 9:10 Eastern is the time for Season 30, Round 5. Next broadcast here on the Virtual Grip Network will be tomorrow night. There will be the OBRL Cup Series from Bristol Motor Speedway. I got it. That's on my bucket list of tracks I need to get to. You can catch all the action starting at 8 p.m. Eastern. It's the NASCAR Yesteryear Cup Series. Well, that'll do it for us. I'm going to go kick my feet up and rest my voice for a little bit. I've got TV duty all next week. No, I'm still not going to be on TV or my voice. I just got to get up early and make maps look good. So for Bill Soupzon, Ryan Sedeker, Lowell Jewell, and everybody here at the Virtual Grip Network, hopefully you enjoy your week off, and we'll see you in 2 weeks at Stafford.